if you end up running into the wrong guy that has together, that is charismatic, unreactive, and that you're like talking to him, looking at him going, I know I won't cheat. I know I'm a good woman. I will never cheat on my man. But this guy just opened up another part of my brain that goes, am I settling with the guy that I'm with right now?
Is he the best I can do? All right, here we go.
I do a lot of thinking during my day, not much doing. But my Roman Empire is I think girls sometimes like guys, not because they're hot, not because of their personality, but because other hot girls like that guy. Like, for example, a few weeks ago, I was out at the bars, and I saw this guy. I was like, that's not a good-looking kid. Like, continued on my way, and then I see him with all these hot girls, and I was like, is he hot? Oh, yeah. Is he hot? Did I miss? Am I crazy? Is that guy hot? Yeah, I think he's hot. All of a sudden, I thought he was the hottest thing ever. And I think this happens all the time. Like, I see some of the ugliest motherfuckers pull the hottest girls ever. And I'm like, what the f? And I'm like, oh, because he pulled one hot girl, so the rest of the hot girls followed. And not to throw any of my ex-boyfriends.
It is what it is.
However, I will say I was better looking than all of them. Basically all of them. And then they weren't pulling hot girls before me, and then all of a sudden, we break up, and it's like, well, where the f did the supermodels come from that want you now? Why do the supermodels want you? What the f? And I'm not saying I'm hot or anything, okay? I'm not trying to say that. But since I was better looking than my exes, and I was, like, pretty by, like, that standard, the pretty ones came out of the woodworks and wanted my exes. I was like, what the f? And that is how I know I'm not the only one. I also don't think girls mean to do it. I think it's purely a subconscious thing of thinking that way.
I agree with her. She's hilarious.
moamentoring.com. moamentoring.com.
I'm curious who disagrees with this, right?
It's human psychology. Like, that's how...
And fellas, they're all agreeing with this. It's just so crazy. I have to argue this all the time. So colloquially, we call it pre-selection. But in psychology, it's called sexy son's hypothesis or mate choice copying. And that's the concept of women being more attracted to men that other women are attracted to. It doesn't quite work the other way around. Like, we're not more attracted to you because more men are attracted to you. We're attracted to you because of what we can see. And so because of that, one of the things that happens is there's a lot of guys that come to me and they have these horrible limiting beliefs about their height or their ethnicity or whatever. And if you could just had a bunch of females that hung out with you, showed you a bunch of pre-selection, just went out. Dude, Jesse's a great wing woman. If you went out with Jesse and you're like, Jesse, I really like this girl, pull me away from her, like, while she's talking to me, whatever, Jesse would do it. They'd, like, you just get some cool wing women. It'll absolutely help.
You can hire me for $1,000 an hour, and I'll pretend to be your ex-girlfriend.
For sure.
Say that is so big, and
I'll
you're
be there with you
$1,000 for 1 hour of my time, and I will pretend to be the ex-girlfriend that's like, still in love with you, and you got away.
No, I definitely do that for all my guy friends, for sure.
You'll help them out.
I used to be the best wing woman in high school for my guy friends.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
I remember that shit.
Someone should teach a course on this. That's crazy. Anyway, hopefully somebody will come up with a course on that.
Let's rewind a little bit. Let's rewind to the girl.
I will say this, that no matter how well you teach certain men to do things, some men just have that. What's that? I almost said the juice.
Charisma or
like you can't teach someone with social awkwardness to just be the man.
Well,
but you can teach them to be better.
Yeah,
but they're never gonna walk into the room and have the presence that somebody else that just automatically has.
I got one. Well, I got to do some super chats here, but I did want to read this real quick. The colleague of Dr. David Buss, he's the evil Dr. David. When women had no trait or financial information other than a photo, they showed mate choice copying. But when women obtained personality, trait, or financial situation information, no matter negative or positive, of potential mate choice copying disappears.
Right, but in a short-term, unfamiliar scenario, what you just said doesn't exist. But what does exist is her seeing him with other girls.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I literally just experienced this. Man, my guy was like, we got into an argument. In 2 days, he was with his best friend, right? And he was not a good I mean, I'm not saying he was ugly, but he wasn't the best-looking guy. And it's like, I put him on a pedestal. We did all these things together. We're on Instagram. We're doing all this stuff. And so his best friend of 10 years is watching all this. And as soon as we get into an argument, she just like swoops in when he's vulnerable. You know what I mean? And now that love he was giving me, he's giving to her. And they're not happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now he's with someone that he's not even...
But you agree that part of the attraction she had for him was because she was attracted to you.
Yes, because I made him look so good.
Also, with that study you're talking about, there's different context to it. So one context might be you see a boyfriend and a girlfriend together and you're part of their friend group. And another one is you're walking around at a bar and there's a guy at a dance floor table and he's got like 12 super hot girls with him. Those are all different types of mate choice copying. But all you ladies agree.
You're not going to get like somebody's 401ks and go, okay, yeah, now I want to be with this guy. Or whatever his financials were. Let me get these super chats because this is I don't know about this one. Rolo and Michael, which side are you on in the rap beef civil war between Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
I'll probably Drake.
Drake, 100%. Drake. Sorry.
Wait, I have no idea what was just said.
I would say
I do
Drake.
love Kendrick. I do love Kendrick, but Drake, 100%.
Which side of the battle are we on between Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
Which side of the battle are we on between Drake and P. Diddy? What side of the battle are we on?
We're going to ask him.
Drake.
And then I got another one here. Desire is not a choice. Women like what they like, and men like what they like. We need to stop virtue signaling and acting like we're above what we find sexually attractive as men and women.
Hairless, 100%. Ready? Say it with me, guys. Hairless murder apes.
That's our next t-shirt.
We are hairless murder apes.
Those are us. I'll take it.
Rashawn, thank you for the super chat. Do you think it's appropriate for women to go to a nightclub or a girls' trip with your single friends when you are in a committed relationship? Will it constitute cheating when a man comes up to you during these situations and you just talk with him?
If she sneezed and he said "bless you," is that cheating? Is that a body?
No.
How about that guy gets some like security?
Wait,
if a girl goes out of her way to go to a bar because she wants to flirt and talk to men, I would consider that cheating.
Yes. Yeah.
If she's at the bar and
With
she's
her
hanging out with her
friends.
friends and a man approaches her, she's not in control of that. She is in control, however, of denying
How
the
she
drink.
responds to him or
I'm not
acts
going to
around
accept
him.
a drink. I don't want a drink. I'm not interested. The only reason why I would accept a drink from you is A, if I was too broke to buy my own, which is not the case, or B, if I was interested or playing interested. I'm not going to either fake interest or pretend to be too broke to buy my own drinks. So yes, there is a line that gets crossed when women go out that would constitute in my book as cheating. But going out with your friends and having a man approach you, which you're not in control of, and you maybe multiple times telling him to go away, it's not your problem. And just because men are insecure about it doesn't mean that it's your problem.
I don't think accepting a drink is cheating.
No.
At all. Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah, if you want to send me a drink, wow, thank you, that's so nice.
If you send it without you asking,
it's a dangerous line here.
I've totally said
it's Cosmo. It is a very dangerous line right here.
Yeah, it is.
And here's why.
Playing with fire.
So I feel that depending on who your boyfriend is and who you're in a relationship with, if you end up running into the wrong guy that has together, that is charismatic, unreactive, and that you're like talking to him, looking at him going, I know I won't cheat. I know I'm a good woman. I will never cheat on my man. But this guy just opened up another part of my brain that goes, am I settling with the guy that I'm with right now?
Is he the best I can do?
Look around and find out. Look around and find out, because if you meet the right guy, and I won't point any fingers, but I've had, I swear to God, I've had boot camps where my job, how I'm paying my mortgage, how I pay my money is, guys, I go into a social gathering and they go walk up to those 5 girls with the 4 guys. This is my job.
Yeah.
So then, been doing it for 18 years. I have data now where the girl stayed she didn't cheat, but I just saw it in her eyes that she went, what am I missing right now?
The seed of doubt has been planted.
And Rolo, you know what happened? She would tell her friend, get down his information, because she wanted to be loyal. And guess what happens? She ends up not following me, but I'm like, who's looking at my story? That girl. 8 months later, guess what happens?
Your plan B.
She breaks up with her boyfriend. So I agree with what you're saying. Look around and find out, though.
Yeah.